We are on the record in the Ravello versus Sangalaza matter, case D-572482. We have the defendant present. We do not have the plaintiff, nor do we have his counsel. His counsel, I know you know, his counsel filed a request to continue due to religious reasons and what have you. I saw your opposition. We're going to call his office, see if we can get him. But he can't just tell me he's not coming. It was set today for this hearing, so we're going to call and make a record of that.
Thank you for calling the law office of Sean Lytle. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Judge Gentili. I'm calling from the courtroom, and I'm looking for Attorney Sean Lytle in a case that he has a hearing on this morning at 9 a.m.
Okay, let me see what I can do for you.
I'm sorry?
I'm going to see if I can transfer your call.
Okay, please do.
May I please have your name?
This is the judge in Department F. My name is Denise Gentili.
Okay. And may I please have a good callback number in case we get disconnected through transfer?
702-455-0521.
Okay. Thank you for that. And give me one moment while I try to transfer your call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
This is April.
Hi, this is Judge Gentili calling from the courtroom. We are on the record in the Ravello versus Sangalaza matter. Is Mr. Lytle available?
No, ma'am, I'm sorry, but this is a Jewish holiday, one of the high holidays, and he has taken the week off.
Okay,
for
does he have
this
anybody
holiday.
covering for him?
No, he is a solo practitioner, and as he filed in his request for continuance, he is religiously obligated to take this whole week off for Passover. So he had requested a continuance until after the holiday.
Okay, well, we can't, I did not grant the continuance because, and I understand it's a Jewish holiday, but he should have someone that covers for him when he's unable to attend. So, what? Well, what?
He was available up until this week. Unfortunately, there was this delay due to the request that was filed by the defendant
I understand
to
that, but he still needs to
have you
somebody-
disqualified. So,
I understand what happened, but he still needs to have someone cover for him. So I have to have this hearing, and I will notify him as to what my decision is, but I have to conduct this hearing because I can't let it sit any longer. So, especially not until however far out it is that he was requesting. I mean,
it was 1 week.
No, it's
It was,
longer.
it was 1 week, and his
Longer.
client has a right to counsel.
His client isn't here either. Nobody's here. And
Right, his client was told not to show up to court without an attorney, especially with the shenanigans that
so that's
the defendant has been pulled.
Okay, I understand, and I understand you're the staff and you're trying to assist Mr. Lytle, but you don't just get to not show up or have someone not cover for you. I mean, unless a request is granted to continue the case is on the calendar. And
Yeah.
so,
We filed a request and we never received an answer. He has the right to request a continuance on. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He's done what he was supposed to do. Mr. Ravello has always done what he was supposed to do.
no. You're not here to argue the case. I'm just telling you.
No, I know. I'm just letting you know that
I know
there's nothing we can do. It's a religious holiday.
Mr. Lytle, as a sole practitioner, he has an obligation to have somebody appear if he's not going to appear, as part of your licensing, and when you have an office, and as part of your insurance and all those things, you have to tell them that you have someone else that will cover for you when you aren't available. And
You've never had a problem with rescheduling for a religious holiday.
Okay, I'm
ever.
not trying to look.
This has never been an issue.
I'm not. It's an issue because this situation has lingered, and it's important. And so, and I understand his religious holiday is important, but he should have somebody to cover for him. So, or be available by phone. I would let him appear by phone. So that I can just talk to him.
Well, if you want to hold, I'll see if I can get him on the phone. But again, his client isn't here to.
That's okay.
Either.
He doesn't need to be here. I need his attorney.
I'm sorry? You just need his attorney? Okay.
I need Mr. Lytle on the phone, if you can get him on the phone.
This is Sean.
Mr. Lytle, we are on the record in the Ravello versus Sangalaza matter, and I understand that you requested for this hearing to be continued sometime after May 1 or later, but I need to have this hearing. So I already know what I want to do.
Okay.
But I just need your presence, and Ms. Sangalaza is here, and I just want to make a record and lay out what my thoughts are and move forward. So with that,
Okay.
and your client isn't here because, as I understand it, you instructed him not to come, but you'll just have to tell him what we're doing.
Okay.
So real quickly, last we were here was March 22nd when we had the hearing on the various motions, request for pickup order. Pickup order was issued on that date. Apparently that pickup order was not complied with. Second pickup order was requested. That pickup order was granted, or warrant was granted on 3/27. On 3/28, I guess the order was executed, or I don't know exactly, it was 3/27 or 3/28, but ultimately the court received notice of retrieval of the child on that date. On that
Correct.
same date, minute order for limited remand was issued, which was based upon what Ms. Sangalaza asked me to do, which just was to send the motion to set aside back to Judge Marquis, who was the appropriate judge to hear the matter. Unfortunately, the entire case was reassigned back to Judge Marquis, erroneously, which then divested this court of jurisdiction over the case. So we immediately notified the clerk of the court that was erroneous. And thereafter, on April 4, Thursday, we received notice of a new department reassignment, which was issued to have it brought back to this court. And then on 4/8, our office met to determine new dates to set Ms. Sangalaza's hearings again, back on this court's calendar. On 4/9, those notices were sent out. On 410, she filed a request to disqualify this court by requesting or filing an affidavit of bias. On 411, this court filed its response to her affidavit, and which, by the way, that affidavit also divested this court of jurisdiction to make any decisions or take any action. And on 417, Judge Bell issued her decision in this matter, which then denied Ms. Sangalaza's request to disqualify, and then we sent out this notice for this hearing so that I could reinstate and address custody, the custody schedule. I don't know what's been going on between then and now, but unfortunately, because of this, all of these procedural issues, we couldn't get you back in here. So, have you had the child at all?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen my child since
Okay.
The 25th when
Okay.
he was taken away from me
Okay.
and not returned to
Okay,
me.
all
And
right.
also,
Hold on. That's all I need to know. So you guys have a schedule. I told you the last time you were here you need to follow it. I know
And
that
I
there was a
did.
Hold on. We're going to follow it starting today. Mr. Lytle, Monday through Wednesday is Mom's time, pursuant to Judge Marquis' orders that were entered before I got this case. Wednesday to Friday, Mom's as Dad's time. And then alternating weekends. We're going to allow Ms. Sangalaza to retrieve her child today, but you're going to start following the orders.
And I did.
Oh,
I took
okay,
him to the
okay.
police station that Wednesday.
Okay, I'm just telling. Look, again, all of this stuff happened, it caused this delay.
Okay,
I know
but
it's.
I followed the orders and you guys
I don't
held
believe
me
that
in
because
contempt.
you didn't allow
I
the
was
child.
there. I have proof. I took
Okay.
pictures.
Ms.
dated
Sangalaza?
everything. I
Okay.
was at the police
Ms.
station
Sangalaza,
that Wednesday with the baby.
We'll deal with all of that. I'm
And
just trying to
another thing
I don't have. Stop. I just need to get your time reinstated, okay? But you're gonna follow the order. You're gonna show up at the police station.
Which I was there.
Okay. So, today, because it's already past the time for the exchange, Mr. Lytle, you're going to tell your client to appear at the police station at noon.
I need earlier because I have an 11.
If I can just jump in here, Your Honor.
Yeah.
So
I haven't.
so
Hold on,
part
okay.
so part of the issue and part of why as of last, I want to say Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it was, I think that the next hearing we had was scheduled for next week, and so and the pickup order that we've been operating pursuant to gave Mr. Ravello sole physical custody.
So,
My understanding is that he went to Wisconsin for Easter,
okay.
and I don't know that he's going to be back today by noon. I will make sure, I will find out and let you know. I know he's coming back, but his family is all there.
That's
So I know he went there for the holiday because he had the child.
Hold
So-
on. Your child's allowed to go out of state with you, and your child's allowed to go out of state with him.
No, he's not.
Yes.
There's a UJEA. We filed
They're
something.
not
that
allowed to
the child can't be
relocate, but they're
taken out
allowed
of
to go out of
state.
state for
Okay,
vacation.
I was not notified
All
of
right,
that.
they're allowed to go out of state.
I
Okay,
was not notified
Ms.
of that. I don't even know where
Sangalaza,
my child, the address is.
This is stop. Just stop. So you need to tell him to get the child back here if the child hasn't returned,
In the next
because
24 hours.
he knows that we are going to ultimately have a hearing on this. The child's not going to stay with him
Right.
forever. He needs to bring the child back. If it's not back today, the child needs to be back ASAP. And as soon as the child comes back, she will commence her 2 days, and then they will alternate the weekend. This will be her weekend because she hasn't seen the child. 'Cause look, at the end of the day, the court, everybody knows my intent was for everybody to follow the order, to share the child. It wasn't to take advantage of the fact that all of these comedy of errors occurred, okay? So at the end of the day, she needs to have her child, he needs to have the child. They need to share the
In the
child
next
per the
24 hours.
per the order. So, you need to tell Mr.
Correct.
Ravello to have this child back ASAP. If not today,
Absolutely.
tomorrow. And then he needs to, do you communicate with him
No,
at all?
I'm not-
Okay.
I don't even know where he lives. He moved
Okay.
and didn't
Where's
notify.
where's your client residing?
So he's still residing at the
I
same,
understand, but
at the same
apparently
apartment.
apparently
He's
his
got a new he's He signed a lease on a new unit that's like 2 doors down on May 1st.
So you need to do a
but it's
notice
the
of
same.
change.
It's the same building, same complex.
Okay, so you need
So
to
he is when he gets back, he is moving his stuff over to the new place.
Okay, so when your client returns, he needs to do a notice of change of address with in the system so that we know what his new address is, so that Ms. Sangalaza knows what his new address is, and this thing is going to get
Correct.
back on track. So these two are going to share the child. So Mr. Lytle, you're going to have to be in contact with, I guess, my law clerk, and then you're going to have to be in contact with my law clerk so that we can arrange when this child is coming home. So we know when this child is coming home, so we know when Ms. Sangalaza gets the child back. And again, this has to be done. If it's not going to happen today, needs to do it by tomorrow. She needs to get the time. And this is going to be her weekend. And then we're going to start next week. Monday to Wednesday is her full 2 days. Wednesday to Friday, are his. And then that's his weekend. And we're going to follow the schedule. And then we have hearing dates set.
And you
down
need
the
to
road.
change the custody as well, because you gave him temporary custody.
I know, we're changing that right now. Right now. I'm putting it back to the old order. The purpose of that order is so that he can retrieve the child, because the
Okay,
child was...
but
Hold on, stop. Just listen. You don't ever listen. So, unfortunately, what happened, I just laid out to you what happened.
Yeah,
okay?
you didn't serve me
Okay.
any papers.
Okay,
I
the
didn't
police
have
did.
access. They didn't
Police
serve
brought
me.
it to you.
Police did not bring me any
Okay.
papers. You have no proof that police
All
brought
right,
me
well,
any papers.
the only way they could get the child is if they brought the order.
They didn't.
Okay.
I actually
All right.
took my child
Okay.
going on
Okay.
the normal visitation
It
schedule
stinks
that
not
was gonna
having
be
your
picked
child.
up
I
on
get it,
Wednesday.
Ms. Sangalaza.
That's how it
Miss-
happened.
Miss
I don't know if this
Sangalaza?
lawyer lied to you and told you.
He didn't tell me anything. Miss
Okay.
Sangalaza.
I brought my child
Miss
for his normal
Sangalaza.
pickup, and you held me in contempt for something
I
I
didn't
didn't
hold
do.
you in contempt at all. There's no contempt. What I'm telling you is that the order is entered so that they can take the child and let Dad visit with the child. And then you were supposed to come right back in here. But unfortunately, all of this stuff that I just laid out happened.
Okay, the error
Okay?
was not on my part.
I know,
Yes,
I
it's
know it wasn't
on
on your part. I get it. And look, I also understand that you don't like not seeing your child. I felt for you during all this process. I kept wanting to get you back in here. But that's also how he feels. So you have to understand, you need to comply with the order, because if you don't comply with
And
the
I
order,
do.
listen, if you don't comply with the order, then that same order has to be issued again to get the child back. And I don't want to have to do that. You don't want to have to go without your child.
No,
nor does
something-
Mr.
Okay,
nor does
something is
Mr.
going on
Ravello.
That's not right. How does my child leave state?
You can take the child on a vacation, and he can take the child on a
With
vacation.
no notice?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'm definitely
So you're
take
gonna,
my
you're,
child with no notice.
you, all you have to do is give an itinerary. Now,
No,
because he
and
had,
didn't give me, and I didn't get anything.
Ms. Sangalaza, it's because of the way the order was
No.
drafted, he didn't give it to
No,
you.
he's still my child.
I understand
and
that.
still need
I
to
understand
know
that.
where
I
he
don't
is.
agree with it. I don't agree with it. Just because he had sole legal and sole physical, I don't agree with the fact that he didn't give you notice, but it sounds to me like you two don't communicate.
We don't.
Okay, well, you're gonna start. You
I
have
mean,
to.
I can't communicate with someone who is constantly lying to me
All right.
and writing
All right.
messages that
Okay,
are just
we're not gonna-
very
we're not gonna-
inappropriate.
Okay, we're going to reinstate the schedule. Mr. Lytle, you will contact my office upstairs. You will speak to Cami Ha. You will tell her when your client is returning. Cami Ha will contact you, and she'll let you
guys
know
have to make
when
sure
the
you
child's
contact
returning.
me. 'Cause
Pardon me?
last time, you have to make sure you contact me, because last time you said you were going to contact us with something. I
Stop
never
it.
got any
Stop
call.
it. Just please listen. I'm trying to tell you what's going to happen. Mr. Lytle is going to contact our office. He's going to tell when Ms. Ha upstairs when Mr. Ravello is returning. Then she's going to let you know, and we're going to arrange a time for you to pick up your child. So, Mr. Lytle, you need to make sure that happens. You need to let them know when, in fact, this child is back here. If it's today, you need to schedule a time for the child to be returned to mom today. If it's not today, it's tomorrow. It needs to happen ASAP. She needs to get the child back. And then, this is going to be her weekend, like I said. Then we're going to start the Monday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Friday, alternating weekends. And this is going to stop. Okay, I have to start another trial. This is the order. My office will arrange that with you and Mr. Lytle so that occurs. He's going to let us know.
Am I going to call before 5 p.m.? Am I going to get a call before
We're going to
5
get,
p.m.?
as soon as he tells my office, you'll hear. I can't orchestrate this. I'm just telling you that he's going to contact my office, and they're going to work with you, because that's all I can do. Mr. Lytle, your job is to get on that ASAP.
That'll be my next call, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go off the record. I have to
Thank
start
you.
the next trial. Thank you. Okay.
All right,
we're gonna
take
go off
care.
the record.
Have a good day, folks.
Thank you.